What's up, guys? Welcome back to Corpse Party. We are getting things started and Naomi is getting scared. I don't know, it's shaking. There's a earthquake or something going on. I was certain I was going to die. Maybe a big chunk of the ceiling would fall on me or the floor would open up at my feet and swallow me whole. I kept wondering how it would end. Was I going to be crushed? How badly would it hurt? And how long would it go before I was finally dead? My head was swimming with all kinds of worst case scenarios, while my body just remained motionless on the ground. I never felt so helpless before. I didn't even care anymore. I'd take any release I could get, just make it stop. But there was no release for me. All I could do was curl up into the ball and pray. Let's angle this a little bit before. There we go. Alright, so the earthquake is done. Alright, she woke up. Oh, sorry. Looks like it's a little off. There we go. Shiver shake. I wonder how much time had passed. Alright. It could have been only a moment, a few minutes, or even a few hours, for all I know, but it did finally end, and the dark corridors were silent once more. I gradually loosened my stiff body, uncurling from the floor. Blotches of dust and wood chips fell from my hair. Some of the finer debris had gotten into my clothing and was crunching around with sand, like sand with every movement. It was not pleasant. I brushed myself off as best as I could and slowly rose from my feet, slapping my skirt in vain to clear away any excess dirt and dust. The particles in the air were like white smoke, billowing through the pitch black hallways. It took me a moment to get my bearings. Once I finally did, though, I almost wished I hadn't. The sight before my eyes instantly washed away any little hope I may have had. What? The earthquake had completely caved in part of the floor. It was no longer possible to continue down this hall, no longer possible to trail Sachiko. If I had been cowering from the quake only a few feet ahead, I'd be dead for sure, swallowed into whatever hell lay down there. It got really serious really fast. I knelt down at the edge of the hole and peered within. It was too dark to tell for sure, but what I thought I saw was correct. The ceiling in the school was unreasonably high. To make matters worse, it smelled like the floor directly below had fallen out as well. I didn't dare consider how deep this pit might go. All I knew was I couldn't risk falling into it. Shivering in terror, I pulled myself up. What do I do? How can I get around it? I have to hurry. I definitely had to hurry. If I didn't, Seiko would commit suicide, but there was still time. I was determined to not let that happen. No matter what, I was going to save her. I was going to change her horrible fate. Alright, let's see. Search mode. The fuck is this? We searching. What is this? What the fuck's going on? What am I searching for? What am I searching for? The parameters. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The fuck was that? Whoa, 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 whoa. You could... How the fuck was I supposed to know that? They didn't help me. Search mode. So this is how the game's gonna be like this time? I missed the other way. I missed the 8-bit. Well, there's nothing here. Oh, there's a large hole in the floor too big to go across. Getting on the other side won't be possible from here. Well, fine then. We'll go to the nurse's office. Dead. We're dead. It's kind of cute, I guess.
I don't like this place. The infamy is where I've been attacked, and I don't want to stay here any longer than I have to. The horrible sensation of my body's being overcome by the hair-like mist was something I'd never hoped to experience ever as long as I live.
Too bad. We are gonna see some shit. Here we go. There's a photo here. The stunning little young man. The paper was cracked and ripped in various spots. The picture itself was black and white. Clearly, this was not a recent photo. It was just a simple shot of a man looking directly at the camera. It was a formal air to it, as if it was used to arrange marriage interview. How the fuck? That's so specific. I wonder who this is. Why was the man who worked here at this desk, or a family member maybe? Alright, let's save before I die. Alright, let's keep on going. Got a couple more minutes. Alright, let's do this. There's a pair of scissors in one of the shelves. Its blade are stained with blood. Well then, what's this poster say? Proper procedure for dissection. First and foremost, you must ensure both arms and legs are firmly pinned down, such that the subject is completely unable to move. Next, make a clean incision across the stomach and carefully peel the skin both sides, exposing the subject's innards. Use pins to keep the blank. The remainder of the page is stained and faded, so it's completely illegible. What's this in here? There's a large number of bottles lined up on the shelf here. Each of them seem to be packed tightly with small chunks of unidentifiable meat, and the smell suggests that they've been here for quite a while. Eat it! Oh, it's gonna attack me. Oh, there's a barrel. There's an old-fashioned space heater, but it's full of ash and probably never light again. Is there a... Oh, dude, that's gonna be the death of me, looking at the ceiling and shit. Oh, this is where they go to sleep. All things considered, there's a surprising little dust on these beds. There's nothing under them, is there? Oh! Nope, there isn't. Good. Alright. It looks like I've done everything I could in this room. I did that one. Did the desk. Did the desk. Got the photo. Oh, oops, sorry. Sorry about that. Looks a little... This should be a little better. Alright, let's go this hallway. So this game's a little more interesting. I guess it's like a click and adventure, so that's pretty cool. Oh! Whoa! There's a mess of blood and trails on the wall, as if someone was launched across the corridor at a tremendous speed and splattered on impact. The smell was positively vile. Sachiko had commented on before, but it was really hitting me now. Every breath I took was triggering a gag reflex. It was all I could do to not vomit again. Search mode. Activate. Let's look at the fucking... I hate those bees. Or whatever the fuck that is. That lag. Alright, everything seems to be okay. There's nothing here. Can't even look at it. So there's no point. Alright, let's keep on going. Should we go to the... Alright, so this is how the game's gonna be. I can't say I'm not disappointed. The door into the science lab is frozen in place, as if it decoration on the wall. It can't be opened. Great. Alright, let's see if anything is here. This is the same bullshit. I've seen this hallway before. Oh, wait. That was white. It was blue. The door is frozen. Okay. I've seen that already. Alright. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to 3A. I guess I don't have to go to every single hallway. As I wandered through the darkened corridors, every hair on my body was standing at attention. I had goosebumps from head to toe. It felt like a fog of uneasiness was swirling around me with every step I took. As the fog was growing thicker and thicker to the extent that I began fearing darkness might swallow me whole and I'd cease to exist. I could feel my sanity slipping away. I didn't know how much longer I could hold out, and I was starting to lose patience. I just wanted to get it over with. Fear was a slime covering my entire being. No matter how much I wiped, I was only squishing it around. It couldn't come off. It was stuck fast. I walked around aimlessly, calling Seiko's name. By doing so, I think I was able to dull my senses and just barely maintain my grip on reality.
Seiko, where are you? Please answer me. I wasn't thinking straight. I want to apologize.
What? Up ahead, I swore I saw a light glinting off something. It looked like, for a moment, like a web of bassoony strings stretched across all the hall. Yeah, don't touch those. I slowly crept towards what I could confirm that they were, in fact, strands of wire, gently. And I reached out a finger and touched the closest one. Snip! Youch! I pulled my hand away, looking down at it. There was now a very fine, clean slice across the tip of my finger. Tiny red beads were beginning to form. Those beads just kept getting bigger and bigger as I watched, eventually swelling up into one another and forming a giant drop of blood. And then that drop quickly became too heavy for its own perch, and it began wanting down my hand towards my wrist. Piano wire? No, it's a little different. I couldn't believe it cut so deeply into just one faint touch. Had it been sharpened? It really stung. If I hadn't noticed those wires strung up across the hall and just kept walking, I shudder to think that what might happen. Death not from malevolent spirits, but a mere booby trap. Who could have done this? There was definitely a planned malice behind it, and I could sense an ill will in the air and began to tremble. Was someone watching me, even at this very moment? Was someone just waiting for me to fall into the trap and die so that I could gloat about it? Is someone there? Hey! It was like an unconscious shout. I couldn't control myself. I was scared, and whoever did this was heartless. I couldn't just let it go. Stop this, please! You're scaring me. Don't do these awful things to people. A bevy of heavy emotions began swimming through my head. I suddenly realized I was crying. I knew that this corridor with its web of razor-sharp piano wire was effectively impassable for at least for the moment. I needed to find a way to cut these wires, or a means of disabling the trap, at any rate. I decided to go back the way I came and search the rest of the school for answers. It's a different type of storytelling. I kind of like it. Alright, so this is search mode. I think there's probably different modes. But anyways, guys, I'm going to end it here. So thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in a couple minutes.